Michelle, we can't hear you if you're talking. We're not hearing you.
Let's go back to the beginning then, won't we?
Thank you.
All right, thanks for telling me I mute myself and I'm like, so sorry. Okay, so I figure out how to get this to go backwards. I don't know that I can. But anyway, so you saw the slides. Welcome. We again, so I think our new hire, Brendel, waved at everybody that's started in neurosurgery and orthopedic spine. It's a combined position. And then Jason and Payal, who are starting next week, are also joining us today. And this is we're starting a new APP orientation day. It's going to be about once a month. That's kind of the schedule. That is the Zoom link, and I will send it out as well. Some of you may want a refresher on information on Chronos, on documentation. Kind of, if you are precepting, it's going to be a new preceptor overview as well. So you're welcome to come to any of those segments on Zoom or in person. And these are open positions. A few, we have some offers out, but still looking at quite a few open positions. And I was looking at, I was cleaning out my files, and I found this slide from 2019 that we had 163 APPs, and today we have 240. It's a 47% increase. You can see the numbers from inpatient to outpatient, and in some departments we increased weekend evening coverage, holiday coverage, and OR support. We have 6 departments that do pretty mixed inpatient, outpatient. Quite a few do, like, they may do morning consults or something, but 6 that do both pretty regularly. And then these are the departments, new departments that have been put in place since I think came on board. So those 80 positions, this is where they are. And we have the new departments, and on the other side, it is departments that expanded. It's kind of cool. It's big growth for us. I see a chat. Okay, I should pay attention to the chats. And as you can see, we have 5 slides of shout outs and meaningful recognition. And I'm telling Kelly, I noticed this trend of a lot of teams of attendings with their APPs, that the patients really do notice this team dynamic. So it's pretty awesome. I was just enjoying going through all the comments and looking. As you can see, there's Erica in urology, and Darla in memory and brain, and Jeannie in cardiology, so it's kind of mixed all over. So please take some time and look at the names and the comments. They're really great. I mean, patients just love us. It's so awesome. Again, talk about our knowledge, our kindness, how we sit down with them and go over things. Yeah, it's just pretty wow. You see Jenna Pinto on inpatient, Sharon Martin's in our ID clinic, Connie neurosurgery, Violet, Kelly in our Pioneer Square clinics, and again here Dr. Greta Jeannie, and we had several combinations with our attendings. Just goes on. So yeah, take some time, some breaks. And then also Holly Vance, some shout out here. You presented. Do you want to give us a little bit more information about that?
Sure. I worked on a panel of 10 experts on managing skin tears, and we put out an international paper on best practice guidelines. The paper itself is 36 pages, so if you want a little light reading, you can access it on the internet. Just type in ISTAP 2025 and you could get it. But more helpful to you is there is a quick guide for bedside providers, teaching you how to prevent them and how to manage them if you get them. And I think the one thing that I call out of that is to remember to use adhesive remover for any sticky thing you're taking off the skin. And please do not use steri strips to close a skin tear.
And you can read more on Holly on Vitals. There's a link. And then a shout out to Lucas, who was Employee of the Month, which is awesome. Let's read a little bit more on Lucas there. And I missed this earlier in the year, but I wanted to give this shout out to Matt Lighty, who actually is at his 1 year anniversary as well. And then you see Jeannie and Kirsten, who are also in cardiology in the background there. And just some information about calls on the outpatient side. There's a click on this, and there's a questionnaire that you fill out. And it's really kind of just monitoring and then making sure you're reaching out to your teams and letting them know you're not reaching.
Oh, can we say one thing about hugs? If you're calling out, or if you're on vacation, or if you're gonna be gone for any length of time, please put a message on your email so that staff, or so that anybody would know who to call to get assistance. In terms of not just call this clinic, give a specific name and either their pager or telephone number. So particularly if another provider is trying to reach you, they'll know who they can't reach. That would be appreciated. Thanks.
And then Chronos, the expectation is that we will approve our time cards. So you can look at kind of the deadlines here. Easier for our Monday to Friday staff to know, okay, do it on Monday or at the end of the shift on Friday. But a lot of you do work these kind of different shifts. So just making sure that you're following the guidelines after the pay periods. And we have sent out like the full pay period list of the dates. And if I need to, I'll send it out again. We really need to approve our time cards. I think some of that is, I've had a few people who I don't think they realize that they missed punches or and it really helps. And if your time card's not correct, or if you didn't have a sick leave or vacation put in correctly, then we have to go back and fix it. And it's just easier to get it done yourself. And so really try your best. And again, there really should be no reason not to get that done. Jenny, do you want to give a little bit on this?
Oh, sure. Yeah, so there's been some changes to pre-procedural VT prophylaxis. I'm not sure exactly when this change had happened. I don't think there was a lot of announcement about it, but I think one of the common ones that I've been getting feedback on is like for PEG placements, we used to hold DVT prophylaxis the night before, but there's been a change to that. And no longer are we holding DVT prophylaxis. And as you can see, there's some other procedures that are in there too. So I just wanted to bring this to your attention. This is in Occam. And so, and I sent this out to the leads to share with your team as well. But just letting you know that there have been some changes and just to the guidelines in terms of what to do with DVT prophylaxis. And the link is there for you to review.
And the link has a lot, Occam has a lot of great topics that if you want to have questions, that's a great place to go. October 19th, we're going to start doing some capture of inpatient. I think there has been announcements for trainings for that. And this one talks about the procedures, but there's other things that can be built as well. So more to come on that. And again, make sure you sign up on the inpatient side. If you do inpatient at all for discharges or anything, please attend one of the trainings. And the emails have been coming out from Dr. Wessel. And I started reviewing some of the online resources, and they're actually pretty good. So definitely lots of information can be available. I want to say thank you to all of you who put in safety net, reports. It is so important. It's a great way to monitor if there's trends. And we all of me, Jenny and Kelly, read all of them that get put in from APPs. And so they're not on deaf ear. If there's ever you put one in, you're not sure what happened, you can always reach out to us. And we can tell you kind of if something's been followed, and they do follow up. Believe me, there's a lot that gets done behind the scenes to make sure that concerns are that you guys bring up are followed through. questions about that? This is a simple slide, but remembering the correct way to put a label on tubes, because you do all this work to get some of these samples on patients, and then the label is incorrect and it's no good. So just making sure you look at this and make sure you're putting it on correctly, because yeah, it's very important. It goes on, and I think I actually have done the twisted one. I didn't realize that wasn't okay. So we're all learning. It's Sepsis Awareness Month. Throughout the month, there's going to be, I know Harry sent out the first week, they're doing weekly updates. And there's actually some continuing education that's free that you can do online. That's great. Anytime we're trying to get CME, that's great. And there's great information on sepsis. And then again, came from SafetyNet. When you're putting a consult note or consult request on inpatient, making sure you're doing both things. Not all of them require a page, but make sure you know when you're putting a request in Epic, whether that team requires you to also put an order or page them as well. Boy, lots of 1 year and 2 year happy anniversaries. 1 year, woo, 2 years, it's awesome. We were busy last year. Eric. Some 3 years. Tiffany. And then happy 5 years for Sarah and Emily. Lilibeth, it's actually, she's been at Harborview 19 years. She's here as a nurse. And happy 10 year for Ibrahima, post-acute care. Michelle Levy, 14 years. Jen Johnson, 26 years. Long time. I'll be loud. Sorry. Back to Holly to talk about this new wound care program that she is going to start.
All right, so I have been hearing over the last couple months from different APPs that people would like a little more education on wound care, just kind of basic stuff like what do I do when the wound care team's not available or when I see different things. So I have created a wound care basics for APPs class that will be January 14th and 29th. It's just 1 day, but I'm offering a couple days so that I don't decimate teams of people who want to come. Topics are going to include basics about wound healing and dressings. There will be some pressure injury and prevention information because coming up here in 2027 and 28, it's going to be a really big priority from UW Medicine itself that we're staging things appropriately and things are documented correctly across everybody's notes. So we'll get you some information about that. And then for the most fun part of the class, it will end with an hour and a half of wound vac hands-on stuff. So for those of you that don't really deal with wound vacs, you would be allowed to leave, obviously. For those of you who don't do the big wound vac dressing changes, you could go to the station of just Prevena incisional dressings. And then there will be hands-on for people who do the bigger dressing changes and want to do that. We are going to hold it in a room that holds 60 people. And it is available to people from Montlake, Northwest, and the outpatient clinics, I believe, too. So for now, I'm just offering it this one time to kind of gauge who's interested. If there ends up being a large wait list, I may end up offering it quarterly or every 6 months. I do this for the nurses quarterly, and we usually have 20 to 30 people in each class. So I just want people to feel like they're getting the education that they want. It will be 8 CEs. I'll be lecturing. I've got somebody from Northwest coming and somebody from Montlake, and then Tiffany will give us some burn information as well. So I'm biased, but I think it'll be a lot of fun. So I will send out a flyer tomorrow or Friday with information on how to sign up. And it is first come, first served, so if this is something that you are interested in, please sign up as soon as possible. Or since you're hearing it today, you can email me today too, and I can get you on the list.
This is your, you do need to use your CE hours for this, but you won't need to use any CE monies because it's gonna be covered, so it's 8 hours of CE for free, which is quite a deal. Is that still correct?
That is still correct. It is from 7 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. because it was the only way I could finagle the 8 CEs. But there will be like a 45-minute lunch and then 2 15-minute breaks as well, so that I meet the union rules for breaks.
Thank you, Holly. And the other thing about this that I think is really cool is that we are going to be partnering with UW, the UW Medical Center teams, and I think the more we can integrate and with the other APPs, the more sort of universal our system becomes, which I think is really wonderful. So really appreciate that. And if you are listening and you are wanting to sign up, make sure you also let your timekeeper know as soon as possible, because some of our services have 10 to 15 people. And as you all know, we're not going to be able to get 15 people in 2 classes. But Holly will do more if we need to accommodate everyone. So just make sure you let people know so that they can mark you out for that day, so no one is having to reschedule patients in the clinics, or you're not counted in the staffing during the day. And thank you, Holly. I think this is really exciting, and I think it's going to be a huge benefit to both us and our partners over at the UW. Can you just speak for a minute about why it's so important and what the changes are with respect to wounds and how it's going to potentially impact us financially as a system or nationally?
Yeah, so that's actually specifically related to pressure injuries. So right now, pressure injuries that are reported to the DOH and CMS are stage 3, stage 4, and unstageable hospital-acquired pressure injuries. Excuse me, I just had snickers. So those are for the hospital-acquired pressure injuries. In 2028, the guidelines have been expanded to include stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, unstageable, and deep tissue pressure injuries that are hospital-acquired. And unfortunately for Harborview, the top 2 hospital-acquired pressure injury stages are stage 2 and deep tissue pressure injuries. And what that means for me is hours of chart reviews to include whether or not something was preventable, if we met standards of care, and all sorts of things like that when I make the report for the DOH. So what we're going to need from providers coming up soon is accurate staging, because there is very inaccurate staging in most notes. And that's more, I find, because people don't know the stages, and so they just put stage 2, or they'll put unstageable because they think that that means they don't know how to stage it. So I want to say it's unstageable. I've got beef with that stage. It's a dumb name. But right now, when these reports are made, they're all coming from a database that I'm the keeper of. So my team has put in this information in, and I turn in the info to the medicine people monthly, along with the reports about these reportables. But when they expand to include all of those stages, they will, Montlake and Northwest don't have this database. It doesn't really work for the way their teams work. And so to make us all the same, they're going to start pulling all of the information out of Epic notes. And it would be helpful if people understood how and where to make those documentation changes, so that the Epic pull was easier. And that's all I know now. I know that that will be coming down the pike, and we'll have to figure out how to get the information to providers and to just to teams in general to make sure that our documentation in our notes is correct. You might have noticed that the wound care team has kind of changed a little bit about the way how they write notes to make finding a diagnosis code easier. So we'll be touching on that in the class as well, and things such as how to document an assessment. So like, what is granulation tissue? What is slough? What are you looking at? And there will be a pictograph or whatever you call it, so that you have a picture and a description and a name that you have kind of a cheat sheet that you can take with you.
And can you, thank you for all of that information. I think there's also some exciting news on your team in general, and that is expansion. So I wondered if you would talk a little bit about that too. Just put you on the spot here. I forgot about that until you started.
We have added 2 new APPs that will hopefully be starting November 3rd with orientation. So we will be a team of 5 APPs, including myself, and 3 nurses. So there will finally be 8 people to hopefully keep up with all of our consults. And even better news is we have Saturday coverage now. So there is somebody from wound care in the hospital on Saturdays. I've given her strict instructions on what she's currently allowed to see because of the volume of consults that we have. So mostly she has to concentrate on ostomies, fistulas, and pressure injuries. As I get these new people in, they will also be covering some Saturdays, so we'll be more helpful for those chronic leg ulcers and the variety of other wounds that come through the hospital as well on Saturdays. But we'll see those Monday through Friday too.
Thank you so much.
APP week next week, there's the schedule. You all did get calendar invites as well, so you'll have that to go on. And then to speak about that, we have Bernice, who is going to talk about what the APP Council is doing and some updates on APP week. And you can also check out on Vitals about APP week as well.
My turn, Michelle?
Yeah.
Okay, am I able to share?
I'm gonna stop sharing and then you can share.
Oh, my screen. Can you see my screen okay?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay. Let me just go to first. Okay, let me get myself to the screen. Okay. So hi everyone. I am here today to just give a quick update about what our council for Advanced Practice Provider Council's update. I'm current chair, but Tata has been my co-chair. He's been very instrumental to up and running our council. And this is sort of what we have been doing up to this far. Ooh, can advance my slides. Okay, oh, here we go. So I think for today, I'm going to talk about a little bit of events, initiatives, and announcements that we have been working on. Okay. So as Michelle mentioned about our celebration, we have every day some celebration on September 2nd through 26th, which is the APP National APP Week, which is actually established 5 years ago on many hospitals that was part of this leadership. Hospital leadership has been part of this initiative to start this event in the first, and then this is the 5th year, and we're happy to do that. We're part of that. And I do want to thank all of the leadership, Kelly, Michelle, and Jenny, for helping us with all these planning and supporting us in any way they can. So first, the in-person events, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then also in the Vitals, as Michelle mentioned, the Monday is that we will have sort of almost like a social hour. People can come in and go in and out as possible on that day. We kind of choose 2 p.m. because there probably will be more time that people can have a more flexible time to join. So try to make the most people can make that day. We'll expect to have some leadership, our CEO or CMO, they're all been invited to be part of this. So we might see some of the faces, it'll be there, they're busy, but I think they're hoping to be there, even though short time, but there'll be some people there. And we'll have some coffee and tea and the cookies for just as a appreciation all of the APPs in Harborview. And Wednesday is 7 p.m. It's in the Rain House, is a sort of a place that people can go after work. It's really for networking. It's more casual. Whatever you guys want to be there, please do so. And Friday, it's the last day of our celebration. Starts at 4:30. We wanted to try to include clinic team to clinical people who are in outpatient setting that could hopefully join us if it's possible. So try to make that time more feasible for them to be there as well. So we'll be serving some pizza, dessert, and some soft drinks. We will have a raffle, so we hope to see you there. And then Zoom events, we have 2 Zoom events. On Tuesday, we will have a panel discussion. Again, we have listed 4 of our panel discussion from all over the country, and it represents all of us, the APPs, which ARMPs, PAs, CRNAs, as well as I think 2 APs and yeah. So we have pretty diverse group, and we're going to talk about APP's role within the healthcare system. And Thursday, we will have a keynote speaker, April Kapu. She's the past president of American Association of Nurse Practitioners, and she will be giving us a talk, inspirational talk on Thursday. It's also Zoom. I believe this is also part Michelle had sent as an invite, so we hope that I see you all there. And our next grand round will be happening October 7th, which is our APP Council time that we always do on the first Tuesday of the month. So we will be having our grand rounds, which will be our second grand rounds since we launched. And we have Dr. Stephen Ferreira, who's also past president of ANP, will be giving us a topic on AI Unplugged, what every APP needs to know. So we have the Zoom link is here, and I believe we will also send this as well. Once we have flyer ready, it's on the works, and we'll distribute that, and we'll also send another link closer to the event. Our initiative's been, we have a lot of things going on. We talked about our subcommittees, but I'm not going into that detail here, but I'm just going to talk what are the things we've been working on. So the enhanced onboarding, which Michelle just showed you earlier, we already had some onboarding program. I think the team, Ben, Tiffany, and people from our professional excellence committee sort of try to enhance this, and we're continue to have a sort of ongoing discussion with both leadership and from the frontline providers who will hopefully make that more efficient and better for all of us. We have a mentorship program is working toward that, very close to be finalizing. Allison Beeler and Dana and Ben has been working on those programs, so it'll be coming out live soon. You'll be hearing that soon. And a couple of the survey we have done, APP's needs, so the sort of a general survey we sent out to most of you, respond thanks for all of your participation and providing the survey. And Allison Sarcinelli and Henry and Sunita and Ray had worked on the questions and sent out to them, and we have all the results. I think we hope that we will use these results as when we have sort of our soon, or the stuff what we have from this result, we will be using them sort of this doing some additional programs related to APPs in Harborview. The lead survey was also done by Dana and Tiffany and Ben. They have the results. I think there's also be some initiatives maybe coming up from that survey as well. So Dana and Tiffany and Ben is working on that further development of those things. We just have this research interest survey, so it's on the way. Again, Dana, Allison, Beeler, and Alexis Laria has been working on those surveys, and it will probably come out live soon as well to be on your way. So please try to participate and bring what you like to be done. And I think the questions are very comprehensive and really nicely done. So you'll be hearing that from coming to you on the way, probably through the email. And then So we talked about our APP week planning organization. I think we had Carissa and Ray and Sunita has been really instrumental helping us sort of planning and getting things done on the behind the scenes. So I want to thank all of them who has been working all these projects and of these planning the our initiatives. I do want to thank for Courtney Lamb. She has been doing all of our media flyers and all the media tools that we're using for advertising our events. So I want to thank her here that all the work she's been doing with us. Announcements. So we're having first our inaugural newsletter coming up shortly, soon, very close to the get ready. We're waiting for final proofreads. We have Ray and Carissa have been the editors for the current newsletter, so they've been working on it. And of course, we have leadership working with us on that as well. And then another announcement is we'll have APP Council co-chair elections coming. A new term starts in January, requires 75% of participation to the council meetings, and submission of statement of interest and CV will be collected. And Todd and his group have been working on creating an application form, a platform for that. And we will hold, I believe, our voting in November. I think in December we will have a co-chair. And Todd will be to move on to the chair position as I'm transitioning out from the council. And lastly, I want to thank you all of you supporting us in any way within the hospital, and anything that you guys wants to bring it up or discuss, either Todd and I available to anytime to talk with you, or anything you want to bring up, we are here for that. Our APP Council meeting is open to everyone, and if you have every first Tuesday of the month, and the link is here. This link is recurring, so it doesn't change. So and the numbers that you see here, those are ID numbers, so you should be able to log in with a meeting ID into the Zoom if you don't have a link. But I think we will make that a link available to everyone. Maybe we can, Michelle, if you could send that link to everyone so they can, anyone who wants to join, that they can join like this meeting that we're holding. And then I think our council looking for any ideas, comments, projects, anything that you guys want to bring it up. We really want to hear from you. Right now, we do have an email that we created. We haven't used it yet, so I don't know. I'm kind of relying on Todd because he's the one created the email. So we'll have, it should work, but this is our sort of the email, and we will create a QR code for having ideas or comments for us to hopefully have a communication that we could hear from you in any ways. And if there are any other ideas you guys want to bring it up, we're open to all that. And this is my in-depth presentation. And I am open to any questions that you may have. Anyone?
While people are thinking of questions, I just want to say thank you to you and Todd as the leaders, and thank you to the committee, the APP Council. I think the work that you guys are doing is really wonderful. It's been great to partner with you, and I think what this has really done is brought a cohesion and sort of broke down some of the silos between inpatient and outpatient clinics, just different areas, and it's really the work that you guys have done has been really tremendous over the course of the last year. So really appreciate all that work, and excited to see where some of these initiatives, what they lead to, because there's so much passion in this committee, and I encourage others to join and participate if they're interested. I always get something out of it when I sit and listen. And just for folks that haven't attended, it is not a leadership driven committee. We're there to provide insight and feedback, but we do not sort of run the agenda or control the activities. And I think that's the other thing that's so wonderful about this committee. And if you want to participate, and then this I'll put on my leadership hat on this one. If you want to participate and you have a full-time schedule, participation in the committee is a straight time activity. So if you already work 40 hours, but you want to participate in the committee, you're certainly welcome to. This is similar to how it works with the RN committees, is it's paid at straight time. If you work 72 hours and you participate in the committee, it's regular straight time anyway. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know, because it is paid time. We do expect that you get paid for the work that you do for the group. So thank you.
I do have one question, Bernice. You mentioned that there's gonna be like a new term coming up in January and people can submit applications. How long do the terms last for those who?
It is so it is 1 year. So the way it works on our charter we discussed in our group was so the chair position is 1 year. But the way it works is when you co-chair, you work with the chair of the committee, and then you move on to chair position once almost like you already elect chair, and then we choose a new co-chair. So it's like almost 2-year term. Who wants to participate in that in that role?
Thank you.
Of course, you're welcome. Well, thank you. I do want to thank for all of you. I think it's without you, I think the council wouldn't be really to come alive, and I think your support means a lot. A lot of.
She needs to actually establish care.
Sorry, I'm hearing some.
Erica, it looks like you're unmuted.
And I do want to thank all of you and all of your support you've been providing to our council, and I think we'll only grow with your voice, and we do want to hear from all of you, and this is for our voice to our profession, how you want to be on our institution. So please anytime reach us out, and I think we will make this it'll be great for all of us. So thank you again. It's my privilege to be part of this group and to be the inaugural chair of this council. And I'm really, I'm sure there'll be a lot more coming on, and probably even better things will be on the way. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Just a reminder of CMEs. The fiscal year is July 1st through June 30th. But I would not wait. I think usually June 1st is a deadline to submit for reimbursement typically. And also don't wait till the last month to schedule your CME request, as we can't honor all of them. This is a nice one because you can do it over a time, so it's a great take home. For lots of new people to get alerts about what's going on outside the hospital, around the hospital, you need to sign up. And so these are alerts that will go out, information, link somewhere, I think, but yeah, you can go to that link and get that on your phone. And a reminder of recognition. Anyone can nominate for Employee of the Month, CARES Award, Rose Award, or the Daisy Award. The difference with the Rose Award is for all staff except nurses, and then the Daisy is for nurses only.
I think the CARES Award might be looking for nominations now for the Fall CARES Awards. If you have somebody that you or a team that you'd like to nominate, please do so.
And another CME opportunity. Holly, you're speaking at this, correct?
Yes.
Still time to sign up. And then you can sign up to get emails from UW Continuing Ed. These are the upcoming up until like April of 2026. So some options there. They're local. Some are Zoom, some are in person, some are both. Slides. I've had a couple people request ACLS, BLS information. These are the codes that you need. Make sure you're filling out a CME form and have it signed by your lead or manager. And then when you sign up, it's going to ask you for these specific codes. Those are the codes that you need. Key contacts for Harborview security. If there's issues after hours, there's a nursing supervisor, there's a hospital operator, and a paging operator, pharmacy, and then a lot of us use the IT services for quite a few things. And then if you hit the link, it's for phone numbers and maps. Starting to get into flu season, so you need sitters sometimes, or nannies if you need some last minute care coverage. This is a great service to use. You want a housekeeper for the weekend. And this one, everyone who contacts the liaisons to help them with setting up their Epic have said it's been really great. So if you are new or just want to find ways to make your Epic dashboard more efficient, they're really great support. And they're pretty quick to respond. They have specialists in all the different areas. And again, administrative assistance, if you're trying to get a hold of someone, like for CME, Jerry is for outpatient is where you would send, who would be kind of your contact on the outpatient side, and then Conde for APPs, and then under the CNO, Beverly, and then for outpatient, Cassie, Ryan. So if you see emails from these people, it's probably really important, so read them. And here, there's a blog to sign up or getting text alerts for emergencies that are happening around the university system. And signing up for Vitals. A lot of new information on there that's interesting. You can follow people, specific people who have really interesting articles as well. And then the stat info line, this is the one you have to opt in. You will not get these without contacting and saying you want this information. More information on parking. I know that people have been using the off-site and the parking has been better through here. Questions, please reach out. I know I've heard that the shuttle's been running pretty smooth, so some of you are using that. Those are my slides. Any questions? All right, well, thanks everyone for coming today. I will send the slides out. And Bernice, if you want to send me the slides, we can get them out to everybody as well, the APP Council.
Yes, I will send it to you today. Thank you so much, Michelle. Appreciate it.
All right, guys, thank you.
Hope to see you guys next week for all things APP week.